Hello and welcome to the Simply Listed Sku Linking tutorial. I hope that you love this tutorial and love this tool even more. If you haven't signed up for your free trial of Simply Listed just yet, I will put a link for it in the description for a 7-day complete free trial. But let's dive right into the tutorial here so you know what Sku Linking does and why you would use it. So Sku Linking feature is specifically made for anyone who's listing Printify products onto Etsy, and that is who this software is meant for, at least the Sku Linking feature. But what is Sku Linking and why would you use it? When you publish products from Printify, you can only publish one product to Etsy at a time. But what if you wanted to, say, publish a Comfort Colors shirt, sweatshirt, and long sleeve shirt all in one Etsy listing with the exact same design on all of them? If you look at the top listings on Etsy, almost all of them use some kind of strategy like this, where it's not just a shirt for sale, there's other products or other colors or other variations available. Or what if you want to just offer, say, multiple colors or designs for the same product in one listing? Well, what this used to look like is you had to make a manual listing on Etsy. You had to add the designs to Printify and save them as a draft. And then you would have had to copy and paste hundreds of SKU numbers if you wanted your orders to be automatically made when the orders came in from Etsy. And that is because the way that Printify works is they assign every design that you make on Printify a SKU number. Each color and size gets its own SKU number. So if, say, you're selling a t-shirt in 10 different colors and all of those 10 colors come in 5 different sizes, that could potentially be hundreds of SKU numbers that if you wanted the orders to go through automatically when you get them, that you would have to copy and paste all those SKU numbers from Printify to Etsy to make that an automated listing. But no longer will you have to do that because of Simply Listed. So now you still have to make a manual listing on Etsy and add your designs to Printify and save them as a draft. But then all you'll do is come to Simply Listed, link the SKUs, and you're done. We'll copy and paste all of the SKU numbers from Printify to Etsy in a matter of seconds. And because we are just copying Printify's exact SKU numbers, if you ever canceled with Simply Listed in the future, your listings will stay completely connected to Printify regardless of how long you keep your Simply Listed subscription. And it used to be that our Sku Linking system could only link one design on multiple clothing products, but we've recently had a big update where now you can do multiple products in one listing with the same design or different designs. So like in this example here, now you can Sku Link hats. So if you wanted to sell the corduroy hat, the vintage hat, and the dad hat all in one listing, you can do that, and we will link all of these SKU numbers for you for all of those colors. Or if you wanted to list 6 different most likely to bachelorette shirts with different sayings on each one, you can do this now as well with our software. So anything that you want to do, we can automate for you. Now, I haven't tested out every single scenario that exists just yet, so let me know if you have any trouble. But let's dive right into what you need to do the Sku Linking and the full tutorial for it. The only things that you need to know about the Sku Linking requirements is that the size and color names need to match what it says in Printify exactly. So if in Printify for shirts, it usually has like the letter S for small, not the word small written out. If you're selling hats, it needs to say one size for the size of the hat. For the color, you do need to make sure to spell those correctly. There are a few exceptions with Gildan 18,000. Sometimes the colors are a little bit too long of names to fit on Etsy. So message us if you run into that and we can give you the abbreviated names for those colors, and I'll also put them down in the description so that you can have those if you run into that issue. Let's do a super quick walkthrough of what this whole process looks like, and then I'll break it down for you. When you log into Simply Listed, first you'll see your listing templates for mockup automation. You'll see your approval queue. This is where all the mockups that you create with Simply Listed will show up. And then you'll see the Sku Linking section right down here on the left. And here it's super simple. All you're going to do is click Choose Products. Here you're going to choose the products from Printify that you're going to use. So if you haven't connected Printify yet, you'll come down to your connections page and connect to Printify and connect to your Etsy accounts. And here on the Sku Linking page, after you've done that, you will select all 3 of these products. Now, if you've published these products to Etsy already, you'll see them in here immediately. If not, if you don't see your products, you might need to click this sync button right here next to the Printify products page, because you will need to click this if you're saving a listing just as a draft. So once you select the products on Printify that you've already saved as a draft, you'll click continue, and here it's going to ask you for the Etsy listing ID. You'll come over to your Etsy listing that you've already created with all of your variations, your sizes, your colors, everything that you'd like to include. And the listing ID number is right up here in the URL. It's this nice long number right here, and you'll just copy that number and come back over to Simply Listed and paste it. That way Simply Listed knows what listing on Etsy to copy the SKUs into. So once we've pasted that back in there, we'll click confirm, and it'll bring you to a screen that looks like this. So in this case, I'm connecting a comfort color shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and a sweatshirt. So I'll just go ahead and combine which ones make sense. So this one here is the short sleeve shirt, the 1566 is the sweatshirt, and then the 6014 is the long sleeve shirt. And then I'm done. All I have to do is click continue, and you'll see that you'll get the success message from Simply Listed that the SKUs have been linked successfully. So now that I refreshed the listing, now you see the SKU numbers have been added. So these are the long numbers that tell Printify that this is a white medium sweatshirt with that exact design on it. And if you scroll down, any of the items that don't come in that color, so the sweatshirt, for example, doesn't come in ivory, it will turn off that variation. And so you don't need to tell it which ones come in which color. It will actually do that for you. So going down the list here, you can see the sweatshirt also doesn't come in crunchberry. So if some of the items come in other colors, this will do that all automatically for you. So I always recommend scrolling through the listing quickly, just making sure everything looks correct to you. And then as long as it does, you can go ahead and make the mock-ups either with Simply Listed or yourself, upload those and publish, and you're all set. Here are the steps for the full Sku linking process. One time, you have to build a listing template on Etsy. And then every time you go to make new listings in the future, you will copy your listing template and change the title. You'll add your designs to Printify and save them as a draft. You'll use the Sku Linking software to connect the two. And then lastly, you'll update the mockups, title, and tags, and you'll publish your listing, and it will be ready to go. A listing template is just a draft listing on Etsy that has all of your variations, like your colors and your sizes, your pricing, all saved, so that when you go to make a listing, you don't have to do what I'm about to show you over and over again. So this will really save you time. So let's start from the beginning. You'll start here on Etsy. Normally with Printify, when you're listing one product, you upload the design to Printify and you publish it to Etsy. But when you're doing it this way with the Sku linking process, you do need to start here on Etsy and create the listing here. The only exception to that, I'd say, is with phones. If you are just offering different designs with phones, you can actually publish a phone from Printify to Etsy, and then all you'll have to do is click this Manage Variations button and add a second variation named like design or colors. And so like for this one, I'm selling, 4 different types of phone case designs: a floral, a doodle floral, a geometric blue, and a pink red. So you could just add that. That way you don't have to actually type in all of these different iPhone sizes. So that is the one exception. In every other case, what you'll need to do really is start here on Etsy and click add a listing, and here you're starting from scratch. So you will put in what type of category it is. So in this example here, I'm going to use t-shirts, but I will show you after this what it looks like for let's see, I'll do hats. I'll show you what it looks like with hats, because that looks a tiny bit different. And then I will also show you another version of what it looks like if you are doing multiple sayings on shirts, whereas this one I'll show you right now is just going to be if you want to list, say, a comfort colors shirt, sweatshirt, and long sleeve shirt. So we're going to do the t-shirt category, physical item, another company or person, it's a finished product, it was made to order, and then select your production partner. Hopefully you've already made one, but you can always create a new one. Who's your printer on Printify is all it wants to know. And click done. and then click continue. Here you'll enter in the title of your template, because again, this is the template. So for this one, I'm going to say comfort colors, shirt, sweatshirt, long sleeve template. And then I'm just going to upload any image. Ideally, it'd be like a size chart or something. You'll enter in the real description that you want to use. That way you don't have to copy and paste it in here every time. All you'll have to do is paste in the top part that gives a little more info. So just to be like your sizing recommendations, if you take returns, all that kind of info here. So when you get down here to this part, this is where we're going to set up your variations. So if you click this add variation button, I always do create your own. So for this one, I always say color and size. So for Sku Linking, your name, if you're selling just like shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that, can either be color, colors, or it can be primary color, one of those three options, for it to come up and know that it's not like multiple sayings or anything. And then here's where you'll enter in all the colors. So I don't recommend guessing on this. You do want to be really specific on what colors that you're offering and make sure that the products that you're selling in your store come in these colors. So I already did this research and picked the colors that the comfort color shirt, sweatshirt, and long sleeve shirt come in. And so I'll just enter all of those in. So even if only one of them comes in that color. And so you're just going to type in each one. So white, ivory, light green. Again, these need to be the exact spelling of the colors on Printify. So then you need to add your sizes, because with clothing, there'll be 2 drop downs. That's all you get on Printify is 2 drop downs. So click add variation, again, create your own, and here we'll say size or sizes. Those are the 2 options that you can have as the name. And here you'll enter in the size for all of your products. So the way that we have you do it with Simply Listed is you'll have, say, like sweatshirt is the first word, and then the letter for the size. So again, this is going off of the size that it says in Printify. So for this comfort color shirt here, if I scroll down, you can see it comes in S, M, L, XL, 2XL, 3XL, and 4XL. So you'd want to go find what sizes your items come in and then enter those here on this page. So again, sweatshirt S, and I like to copy this first part and click enter, and then I'll paste it and do M, paste it and do L, paste it and do extra large, etc. And if it doesn't end up coming in the color, if you forget about like 3XL and 4XL, the Sku Linking software will turn that off for you. So then I have short sleeve T small. So this one I'll do long sleeve T, again, copy, do S, paste, do M, and that will save you a ton of time having to type each of these out. Once you've got all of your sizes put in, and again, you're putting like the short sleeve tee, sweatshirt, etc. first, then you'll go ahead and click done. And then here you can say prices and quantities vary for each and click apply. And so now this is the teeny bit of a tedious part as well, because you can see here for this we have 300 variants. If you weren't using Simply Listed and you wanted this to be connected to Printify, you would have to go through and manually copy and paste 300 SKU numbers, which is just wild. So for this, now you need to set the quantity and the price. For quantity, you can just click select all, and you can do update quantity, and you want to do 999 for all of them. So that one is nice and easy. But for the pricing, this is a little bit more of a pain, because you might want to do different sizes for like 2XL, 3XL, 4XL. So this is going to take you a minute to go through and enter all of this. But again, that's why I want you to use a template. So that way you only have to do this one time. So if you want, you can edit all of them to be the price that you're using for a bunch of them. So like, let's say you're selling maybe the sweatshirt for $35.99, you can click apply. Now at least all of the sweatshirts are set up right. And then from there, you can either go through and just like manually change maybe the 2XL and 3XL to be a little bit more money, or you could go through and select, say, every single t-shirt and then use that bulk uploader again, like I had at the top. The last thing you need to do is come down here and select your shipping option. You can charge for shipping, you can do free shipping, but just remember that when you're selling different types of items in one listing, there is only going to be one shipping cost. So if, say, a sweatshirt costs $8.50 to ship and a shirt costs $4.50 to ship, then you're going to need to build in some of that shipping cost into the price of the sweatshirt. So if you say don't want to charge $8.50 shipping for everything because you only have one shipping charge, then lower the price of the shipping and build in some of that cost into your sweatshirt. So if you were gonna charge $35.99 for your sweatshirt, charge $37.99 for your sweatshirt and charge a little less for shipping to make up for that cost so that you can have one shipping cost for all of the items that's the same. And then you'll go ahead and just click Save as Draft. Once you refresh your screen, you will now see your template. So now when you're ready to make a listing, number one, you'll come to Etsy and you'll come to your drafts folder. You'll click this little gear button and click copy. This is going to make a copy of that initial template that's completely blank with no SKU numbers in it. That's always how you want to start. You don't want to be starting with one that already has like some variations turned on and off, because that can mess with it. So start with a brand new template. And now you're going to change the title and say, okay, this one is going to be a dentist shirt, gift for dentist, etc. Put your whole title in here. And then you'll save this as a draft, or you can just keep this open so that way you can get your listing ID. But I'm going to save this one as a draft. So now I have a new listing on Etsy. That again is a draft. And then the next thing you have to do is go to Printify for step 2 and upload the design on all of the products. So here you can see I have this cute dentist design like I showed you before. I uploaded it to the comfort color 1717 in all the colors that I wanted that I already put on Etsy. I uploaded it to the comfort colors 6014 long sleeve shirt, and I also uploaded that same design to the 1566 comfort color shirt. Now you'll notice it says unpublished because I saved these as drafts instead of publishing them to Etsy. That's when you get to step 3, come to Simply Listed, click the Sku Linking section, click Choose Products. Now, since you saved those as a draft, you do need to click this Sync button so that Simply Listed will grab the new listings that you've uploaded to Printify. You'll select all of the products that you want to link the SKUs for and click Continue. You'll come back over to Etsy to that listing that you made the copy of the template and come to the URL and copy this listing ID up here. Make sure you get all the numbers. We will paste that. That'll bring you to this page right here where all you have to do is connect the dots. So connect short sleeve to short sleeve tee, connect the sweatshirt to the sweatshirt, the long sleeve to the long sleeve, and here you'll see Simply Listed only picks up on that beginning word. They don't pick up on all the little sizes, so that's why we put that beginning word. If you see no variance right here, if it says no variance, then that means you didn't name the sizes section size or sizes. You might have that named something else in Etsy, but there is a little tutorial you can click here on how to fix that. Click Continue, and now it will connect all those 300 SKU numbers for you and turn off any variants that don't match. I hope you thought that was so cool and so easy. I know it takes a second to get your template set up, but after that it should be smooth sailing. But I did want to show you a specific example for if you're setting things up a little bit different. So let's say you're offering different sayings in your store. You might need to combine your size and your color into one variation because you want the saying to be the second drop down. So you could do something like this: unisex S black, unisex M black, and so on with all the colors, and combine the size and the color together. You just need to make sure the color name again matches exactly what's in Printify, along with like the letter for the sizing. And then for the second drop down, you can do the saying. So this you can do like the name of it is saying, and you can do all these different sayings on here. Or you could do something like design 1, design 2, design 3. So that's how you'd set up something like this one. So what that would actually look like is you would select all of the 6 designs that you uploaded to Printify for those different sayings. And then it would bring you to a screen that looks like this. So then now you have your Printify product, and instead of showing you like sweatshirt or shirt, it's going to show you the saying. So this one will be really simple. You'll be like, okay, bail us out, find her future husband, etc., dance on the tables. You'll see all the different ones and you'll go through and select them. For hats, you need them to look something like this. I have like sizes / type of hat. So I have dad hat one size, corduroy hat one size. You can see here there wasn't enough space to fit this whole thing because it's too long. And so I just did it's like here, if I do this, it has to be less than 20 characters. So I just did one less. So corduroy, one hat, one size, and then vintage hat, one size. That's how you need to put in the variations for the hats. And then what I did was put in every color that all the different hats come in, and then it will do the rest for you. And then phone cases, again, I probably would publish this from Printify and then just click add a second variation and give them the design names or the pattern names that you want, and it will look something like this. So I hope you loved this tutorial. Reach out if you have any questions and make sure to subscribe to the Simply Listed YouTube channel for more tutorials, or request any tutorials that you want. Send us a message in the chat. Do you want us to make a full tutorial for any other specific products? We're happy to help, and feel free to message here on customer support anytime you need anything. We are more than happy to help. And there even is little help articles you can click right here. If you have any questions, you can even search in here first if you want, or just send us a message in the chat and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can, and we'll see you in the next one.